All right, so it's another weekly update. This week we put together this starter rack. So I got some grow lights, got another one here. We're gonna do some starts in there once our trays come in. I've got blueberry plants growing here. These are some cuttings that I got from a friend. And we got some squash, okra, tomato, and zucchini going, and then some cucumbers. I got my basil down here, which I actually did some clones of. I'll turn this light off. These little ones here are propagations off of these other plants. They were getting too big, so I cut the tips off. Did some hormone treatment on them. Stuck them in the soil. We'll see how those go. Over here, I've got a bunch of herbs, lettuce, some other stuff going. Let's see, we got our first little sprout here. There's a couple of them sprouting up. Little things coming up. Go outside. Fruit trees on the patio doing the same thing. Nothing new here. But something that is new, we finished our bamboo fence. Got the mulch down. We got flowers all planted around the outside here. Just gotta wait for those to come in. I'm gonna redo this bottom part once we're done with these sunflowers, which still don't really have any ready to bloom here. Oh, there's a little wasp. That's a bad bee. I do have one here. That one just randomly came up. That wasn't what I planted, but then something we haven't looked at. Actually, a fig tree that came from a friend. Traded some eggs for a fig tree. I think that was a good trade. Don't know how I feel about figs. I know Zelda likes them. We both like fig Newtons. We may have to figure out how to make those. And these are some other trees. We got a pear tree, some kind of Japanese pear. First little fruits coming in. We got a couple. That one looks like that's gonna have to be pulled. That one's not good. That can go away. And we got some apple trees. Apple tree, I don't know what kind. Apple tree, I don't know what kind. This is a plum tree. It already fruited. We got a bunch of plums off of it. And I don't remember what that one is. And then this is, what was this? Sweetheart apricot, which I don't know if that fella's gonna make it. It was looking pretty sad before. And we trimmed it down. It looks like the wood's still alive, but and then I think this peach tree maybe. I think this might be peaches or pears. I don't remember. And then we got a cherry tree up here. Had one cherry show up on it, but I think a critter got it. Maybe next year we'll get some more. And out here, we've got basils. Basil is purple basil. It's really cool. Some mint. Some sage, I think. Yeah, some kind of sage. Sweet potatoes. I think this was goji berries. It's either goji berry or majoram, I don't remember. It did look like it had died off. We thought it was dead. We left it go just to see if it would come back, and it looks like it's coming back pretty good. Out here we got the chickens, of course. Peppers starting to come in. So some hot peppers on here. Where'd those go? Oh, there we go. Some of the hot peppers coming in. I think those were, looks like cayenne. Bell pepper's doing really good. We've been picking those kind of early, but I think we're gonna let these go and see how big they get. Tomatoes are getting huge. Bunch of cherry tomatoes. We're gonna have tons and tons of cherry tomatoes. There's a big boy here. I'm waiting for that one to turn. Some little bees in there. And they're just hanging out. They've been out here busy pollinating stuff all morning. And for some of these eggplants to come in. Some ants on there doing something. What are they doing? Spaghetti squash is getting huge. We've got a couple of them on there. There's a few more little ones up at the top. That one looks like it didn't get pollinated. I'll clip that off later. Squash growing. Picked a lot of squash off these. Little one growing there. That'll be ready probably tomorrow. Lots and lots of flowers. Another one there. Flowers all over the place. There's one that didn't get pollinated. And go away. See ya. More tomatoes. This one's pretty big. Some more peppers coming in over here somewhere. There's one. That one's getting pretty big. And we got some flowers coming in. That's probably marigold. I think we got marigold over here too. And then whatever these things are gonna be, I don't remember what I planted. This stuff's looking really good. These are looking awesome. Mint. This stuff got back here from the front yard somehow. Now it's everywhere. Got 2 more beds that we put in last week. We planted those. Have onions. I don't remember what all's in them. Onions, lettuce, a bunch of lettuces. Get this out of here. Oh, you have blackberries starting to come in. Got a ton on here. Just gotta wait for them to turn. I may come out here and get all the ones that are ready, either today or tomorrow. There are a bunch that are ready to be picked. I have to make some kind of muffins or something, blackberry muffins. It's the artichoke, looking good. Need to weed around it. We got bush beans, lots and lots of bush beans. Got some little baby bush beans coming in. Bush beans, bush beans. Those are more bush beans. And the okras, those have grown a lot since that one's just exploded. The other ones were kind of still small. And this thing just looks awesome. Can't wait till it fills up with flowers. It's gonna look great. I'm hoping that bamboo lasts for a while, even though we put it up green. You're supposed to dry it out and cure it. But I'm hoping we'll be dry enough over the next couple of weeks. Doesn't look like it's gonna rain a whole bunch. Hoping that'll dry out. Some grapes. Nice little booms on those. What is that? Kumquat. Maybe we'll get some kumquats off that this year. We didn't get any last year. Some more grapes. These 2 grape plants, both of them, this one and that one, we're gonna put on that archway so that they can grow up and over it and cover it. And then once our gate gets installed, the arch up at the top is gonna go right here in front of it. And then we'll put those red flowers on this arch. I've got a couple other little beds here. This tomato I transplanted from it was a volunteer that came from the compost pile. It just popped up and it looked like it was doing pretty good. So I transplanted it here just to see what'll happen. And then some other stuff in here. I think that's all some type of lettuce. All right, that's it. Tune in next week for the next one.